Hey, so welcome everyone to this episode of ForageCraft. So, in this episode we are starting a new mega build. We are going to be building a maze. So, I've done a bunch of work ahead of time to clear the area in the creative test and to basically set up the different sections. So, the maze that I'm planning on making has 5 different pieces, right? So there's a straight through hallway, there is a dead end, there is a corner, there is a 3-way intersection, and there is a 4-way intersection. So this episode, I intend on building all of these sections and doing some little free cam montage sort of things around it as we go. And because this is a maze and it's not meant to, you're not supposed to know how to do it, I'm not going to show you how I put it together. Once you see this, you'll basically get the gist of it, and then I can build it. And then once it's put together, then I will bring you guys back, and we will put a little bit of a facade on the outside, and add in entrances where I want them, if I decide to do that. And yeah, and then we'll end off the episode there, and then we'll continue from there, because this is, so in case you can't tell based on the color palette, this is supposed to be sort of a maze Ikea, if that makes sense. So basically, I'm playing on the meme that Ikea is a maze, in fact, that it is not always a maze. But basically, it's supposed to be a maze in which that the maze itself is, it's going to be a maze, but it's, I'm horrible at explaining this, but it's going to have a bunch of furniture and other Minecraft-y, decor pieces inside of it. So if I want to, come through here eventually and, get inspired for some interiors or something, I can look at the builds that I have, and I'm going to be pulling from, Pinterest boards and stuff of furniture that I've found to build, and then that'll help refresh my memory, because it's been a while since I've looked at furniture for Minecraft, and I'm hoping to get some good inspiration. I'm planning on putting a bunch of themed rooms in this maze, so that when I want to get inspired for the thing, I know I can figure out where they are and maybe get lost along the way and find some other cool stuff. So I think we're gonna just jump right in and do the building for each of these. So I guess without further ado, let's start the time lapses. So I hope you guys enjoyed those time lapses and probably have a little bit better idea of how I'm going to put this together. So I decided to remove night vision part of the way through, and also when I go for myself partway through the time lapses, and now so you can see it better while I'm flying through. So I decided to make one change to them. I added that, and I added these to give it a little more homely touches. And basically the goal of this, the main structure, is to be as simplistic as possible while also being maddeningly simple, so you have no idea where in the maze you are, because it's all the same, aside from like the decor rooms. And also the reason why I have it like this is so that I can save on materials, because for yellow and blue, I have it so like when these are together, these walls will be the same as these walls, so I can save myself like half again as much concrete. Unfortunately, I still have to do as much cyan terracotta, but I will save a lot of blue and yellow dye and like other stuff for the concrete by just having all these be the same. Unfortunately, I will be doing a lot more with the quartz, but that's easy to get because villagers can trade quartz and stuff, so yeah. And then I have a magma cube farm for the frog lights, so I'm not worried about that, and the rest of this I have in excess, or can get easily. And like this is kind of what I'm thinking with all these pieces. Like they can be rotated to however which direction I need for the maze, and these 5 pieces when put together will equal the maze. So at this point it is time for me to go and put the maze together, and then when I have done that, I will bring you guys back with the exterior to show you, so we can work on the exterior pieces. Alright, catch you guys in a minute when the maze is done. Okay, so welcome back. So I have, after a significant amount of time that probably took longer than I expected, but also at the same time, I think it went pretty well, I have constructed the maze. I'd say for the image that I had as reference, that I got off a maze generator, it is approximately 98% accurate. There may be 1 or 2 pieces that I messed up on, but I'm not too worried about it because it's all connected and you can get anywhere in the maze. So, at this point, I'm not going to show you the maze, aside from that little glimpse, so you got a part of it. I'm going to do... we got a couple more pieces to do on this build for the exterior. So I have walls to put on the exterior to make it look nice on the outside, as well as some doors to get in. I'm not exactly sure how many doors I want on the exterior of this, but I'm sure I will figure it out eventually. Like I'm planning on doing another time lapse or 2 of both of these, and then I intend on putting them in place, and then hopefully we will get them all installed, and then we can work on the end of the episode after that, and then yeah. Without further ado, let's enjoy these time lapses. Back. So I finished putting on the exterior and getting all the doors put in place. I've got 6 doors on this build, and I think in terms of appearance, it looks a lot better on the outside now that it has an exterior. Of course, we are eventually planning on building some sort of mega cave system out here, organic and stuff, and we'll merge it with this build eventually, but for now, we just got the structure, and this is sort of what it looks like inside, like throughout the entire thing, and you can kind of see part of the maze here. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because it's a maze. And I get lost in this. I designed this maze to be maddening, and it is. And I built this thing. Anyway, so that's the main structure of this build. But we are going to be doing a bunch of other builds inside. So, like I mentioned, since this is based on Ikea, I'm going to call it the Minekea maze. The Minekea maze, yes. I'm going to be doing a bunch of themed rooms with different furniture types, right? So I want to take inspiration from other people's builds as well as make my own themed, like, showrooms of furniture, of the different wood types. We got a whole bunch to play with. Let's see, planks. We got all these different colors to play with, and we can also do things with non-wood types like different stone types, bricks, sandstone, etc., etc. We can mess around with a whole bunch of things, and since I have tons of resources, I'm not too worried about that. And like the whole point of that is to have like little showrooms in here that are for inspiration. So if I decide I want to look for some inspiration for furniture for an interior on another build that I'm doing in the future, I can come here and look around, and maybe I'll feel inspired by something I find that I built previously and all that stuff. Not to mention this build may eventually be used for some server-side events that I may host, and like have like people running through here doing like a hide and seek or a hunting treasure hunt sort of thing, or something along those lines, PvP, etc. And like the only thing that can spawn in here is slimes, and I can't really do anything about that. Like it's properly lit up. Like we have, like the darkest it gets is like 3, which is good. In case you didn't know, I have a light overlay mod, which allows me to see the light level, and mobs can only spawn in light level 0. The blue just means they can spawn there if there was a spawner that had its range around it. So if, like, say there was a spawner right here, the mobs from that spawner could spawn on any of these 7s, but anything above 7, they will not spawn. And slimes and bats are the only things that can spawn in here, because slimes can just spawn wherever, as long as it's below Y level 40, in the slime chunks, and bats just spawn in open spaces and caves. I believe they are light level dependent, but being that they don't really do much, I'm not worried about it. But anyway, I think this build turned out pretty well, and I guess next episode, in between episodes, I'm gonna be doing some work on figuring out what rooms I want where in the maze. And then once I'm done with that, then I'm planning on bringing you guys back, and we're going to do one themed room per episode, which may end up being, like 11 episodes of that, in between that and my other series and stuff. So, yeah, I guess we'll enjoy that going forward, take a nice little casual break doing some interiors, and hopefully it'll be a little relaxing and enjoyable to watch, and maybe we'll do some replay montages of the rooms themselves as we work. I don't know, we'll figure it out from there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoy the concept of Minekea. And yeah, hope to see you guys in the next episode where we do some more work on the interior. Catch you then. Bye.